Hi, today I'm going to teach you about the Hall effect in semiconductors. You might have found this topic confusing or difficult before, but I promise by the end of this video, you will find it simple and easy to understand. But first, let's understand what the Hall effect actually means. Think of it like a river as electric current flowing straight through a channel, which is the semiconductor. Now, imagine a strong wind, which is the magnetic field, blowing across the river, pushing the water to one side. Similarly, when electric current flows through a semiconductor and a magnetic field is applied perpendicular to this current, the charge carriers, like electrons or holes, get pushed to one side, creating a voltage across the sides of the material. And this voltage is called the Hall voltage. Just as the wind piles up water on one bank, the magnetic field piles up charge on one side of the semiconductor, creating a measurable voltage. Let's break down the Hall effect in semiconductors step by step. I will use a simple diagram as we go along. Step 1. Setting up the semiconductor. First, take a thin, flat piece of semiconductor and then connect it to a battery so that current flows through it from one end to the other. Let's say left to right. Step 2. Applying the magnetic field. Now, place a magnet so that its magnetic field points straight down through the semiconductor, perpendicular to the current. Step 3. The Lorentz force. The moving charge carriers, electrons in N-type, holes in P-type, experience a force due to the magnetic field, and this is called the Lorentz force. This force pushes the carriers sideways. Imagine the river water being pushed to one side by the wind. Step 4. Charge accumulation and Hall voltage. As the carriers pile up on one edge, a voltage develops across the width of the semiconductor, and this is the Hall voltage. For N-type semiconductors, where electrons are the majority carriers, the bottom edge becomes negatively charged and the top edge positively charged. For P-type semiconductors, where holes are the majority carriers, the bottom edge becomes positively charged and the top edge negatively charged. Step 5. Reaching equilibrium. The buildup of charge creates an electric field, the Hall field, that pushes back against the Lorentz force. When these two forces balance, the Hall voltage stabilizes and can be measured. The Hall voltage can be calculated using VH equals B times I over N times Q times D, where B equals the magnetic field strength, I is the current, N is the carrier concentration, Q is the charge of carrier, and D is the thickness of the semiconductor. So let's quickly recap what we have learned. Hall effect is the generation of a voltage across a semiconductor when current flows and a perpendicular magnetic field is applied. The Hall voltage polarity tells us if the semiconductor is N-type or P-type. The effect helps measure carrier type, concentration, and mobility. Hall effect is widely used in sensors and electronic measurements. Remember, the Hall effect is like a wind pushing water to one bank of a river, except here it's a magnetic field pushing charge carriers to one side of a semiconductor. If you found this explanation helpful, make sure to subscribe and check out on my other videos for more easy and enjoyable learning. Keep learning and discover your true potential. Thank you!